Hey everyone, Crumbs here, and I've been watching some Etho's old videos recently, and I have to say I think he about had it right. TNT is really, really, really fun and helpful to have around. Oh, shit. Ah, almost. This is the nether side of my new main storage where I'm setting it up. Over there is the mega build perimeter, and so I'm just trying to clear this area out above ground for the nether side of the mega build perimeter. Most of that area was already relatively clear. This has a lot of stuff I need to clear out. So I give myself a little space to work with, just manually mining it out, and then I'm just planting down a whole bunch of TNT. Oh. And blowing it up that way to clear out the remaining area. And once I get it cleared down a bit further, I can send flying machines over and start sending some, lava sweeping machines to clear out the lava and keep going down. But for now, it's all just TNT and flint and steel. It's actually pretty good. It's pretty fun too. So that'll be it for today over here. I'll just keep working on clearing this section out so I can set up for my main storage and clear it out, connected over with the mega build perimeter. So in my last video I showed a new nether transportation system. In order to make that work, I've built up a couple of Ilmango's design for like 115, 116 tunnel bores, just 2 TNT dupers wide. This one I'm just bringing back here into the main storage to clear out some additional space. So I want the system to be about one sub-chunk above the lava here in the nether. So it's a little higher than this would have been otherwise. So I'm just clearing out back this way. And over here, I've started running a couple of the same tunnel bores south. This is up at like 1200 north. And it's coming through here. Because they leave like a rectangular space, I'm running this one is a little bit lower than the first. And the first one's already all the way down at about 0, about where I have my old tunnel to get around with the packed ice and the rail and the like. There you go. Yep. So this is my old simplest design. I came up with another design later on, but this is the basic one I had. Going back to spawn, this is out to my old main storage and my double witch up perimeter and the like. And this here is the tunnel bore. I'm gonna run it a few hundred more blocks. Like, let's see. So going over this terrain is not bad. When you end up going inside a bunch of blocks, you have a lot of lava that spills out here and there. You have to keep stopping and letting it run. But it's really good. It's really nice to be able to have. I have some extra blocks on here you don't need. I think I fixed it in my other ones. So my initial design was to bring it down just a little bit further inwards, but since I cleared out there at the mega build perimeter in the nether, I now decided I'd rather have it over, like one chunk over basically. Yeah, just like sit here in with F5 so I can see what's going on around me and stop it and clean up the lava whenever I need to. The plan is to run it down to about here. So just a little bit to the south, and then all the way back basically to my passive mob farm perimeter. That's, I don't know, maybe 512 blocks on the other side of spawn or something. So I'm going to have to build a new set of tunnel bores and fly them in this direction. But least I made some good progress, and I came up with a design for some just adapters for some very basic flying machines that I can use to actually basically AFK for 600. Oh, what? Yeah, so I came up with some adapters for basic flying machines that I use to AFK for like 600 blocks at a time to place the blocks down. So it'll help the 4300 block of the new system. That'll help that go a bit faster, or a bit easier at least. While I was clearing this area out, I did come across this all up here at y equals 56. I've seen this before. I don't know. I didn't know that they spawned or that they generated in this high up. There's another one in the main area I cleared out, and also there's one still left up on the other side of my new main storage. See, this one's just at y equals 46. But yeah, I've seen this a couple times now. I don't know. I didn't know that they generated this high. So the next quick update is going to be here in the end. Previously, in an older version, I had a wither killing setup, very basic thing. Here under the end portal, with the portal in the middle. I decided to go ahead and revise that and update it, and I came up with a version that seemed a bit better. And here it is. So it went a little differently than planned. Yeah, don't worry about that guy back there. Yeah, but at any rate, it wasn't quite as effective as I hoped it would be. So I ended up starting from scratch and making a new one. So let's go check that one out. So this is my new wither killing setup. I would have just talked about this first, except for these guys are a bit loud. That's my original setup to at least capture some withers, or some ghasts rather. I brought them along the rail over here to my old farm here, which no longer works because mobs don't despawn in minecarts anymore. So this is broken. I was playing around with some ideas to try to fix it. Ultimately, I'm giving up though. I'm just going to build a new one at some point. So with the ghasts turned on, turned almost all the way down, this is my new setup. I had a bunch of testing worlds I was using, and I thought I got it consistent, like in 1.17. But then when I came back to 1.16, it no longer seems to work quite correctly. So I can only like push up all the withers until the first one explodes, and then I have to stop. So I only get 7 at a time. I guess it's still kind of interesting to have a system I designed myself, but it's not great, and other people have come up with better solutions. I guess I'll run it real quick one time just to show. So in order to run it as it is, I just split up a bunch of stacks into 28, which is 7 times 4. Sit here and place them. And it'll put together 7 withers, and then I can wait for them to die, or I can go over and smack them with a sword. That's something I can kind of come over and do every once in a while if I have a little bit of free time. But it just takes too long. It's like way too long. This is just a visual glitch. It's not actually there. If you right click, it disappears. Yeah, feeding the soul sand into the system was also faster and creative. I'm not sure what I did differently here, but I had to slow it down a bit in order to actually make it reliable. There's something weird where it broke. Oh, and while I'm here, the Bedrock Breaking, I used the design I saw from Razeworks, but then I came up with a couple other ways you could break bedrock coming up from below. So I'll post a couple of screenshots here. I think it also shows the number of levels. I was up over 3,000 at some point till I did some inefficient enchanting. Guess I can take a look at that as well real quick. But yeah, I thought it was interesting. You can place blocks, like the TNT blocks, on top of some netherrack to keep them at the right height, and then still basically use the same method that Raze showed, but just in different orientations you can get the same effect pretty reliably. And now I'm just stuck waiting for these guys to die before I leave the area. So just to give you a quick idea, I have my main world, my current testing world. This was my old testing world. Currently on 1.17, so I can't really do anything with it. I checked out some stuff by Ilmango, especially the tunnel bore from 1.15 to 1.16. And these were the wither killing setup that I was messing with. Alright, so 1.17.1, you know, backup 2, 4, version, copy 1, backup 2, reload 1, backup, reload 4, major revision, backup 2, final backup maybe, major revision. Yeah, so I was messing around with a bit, and I seem to get it working 1.17, and then I switched it back to 1.16. I don't know if I had to change anything or not, but it doesn't seem to work. So hopefully I'll update to 117 sometime soon, and I'll then I'll see if it'll actually work or if I need to just go with someone else's design. Back here in my main storage. Oh yeah, I just grabbed a few more recently out of here, but I got a bunch sitting around the world. Got a few sitting in here, and I got like maybe 3 stacks that I just pulled for the new Nether transportation system. So I got plenty of beacons. Oh, and yeah, I have enough to make. So that's 3 shulkers, 4 more shulkers of beacons just sitting around. I just don't, I just don't have an efficient wither killing setup at the moment. So yeah, I've got a decent amount of red nether brick within just the week that I've had my nether wart farm. Got a bunch of other materials for the new nether transportation system. A bunch of them are already out by my mega build perimeter and new main storage. So I can start work from there, heading south towards basically in this direction. So for the enchanting, got a bunch of boots and helmets. Skull kitted out, a bunch of elytra, a few swords. I was short on swords for some reason for a while. But I finally got those sorted out. A couple odd stuff sitting around. And then most of it I have sitting in these 2 chests, or in these 2 shulkers here, so I can carry around with me. This is my villager trading hut, villager trading area. This farm was a complete failure, but the farm over in the tropical ocean, found a little spot for it. Over here, this one worked fine. So in the main hall, I have a bunch of fishermen, villagers. I trade with them to get emeralds currently. And then I can remove and add different stations. These guys, bring them up, push them down, and they can get hit by zombies. There's a track in the back for zombies. So I just use this, and I pull them in from the villager breeder by minecarts up above, and then run them around and drop them in to the slots from above. And then down below, it's a bit of a mess. Well, even more of a mess. So yeah, I can bring them down from above, and then pull them out on tracks. I got a bunch of guys basically just quickly labeled with name tags sitting around here at the moment. With various odd trades. I kind of made a little bit of effort. I have this here because some zombies kept getting in. Even with the mob switch on, I think from the zombie raid at night, I still have some zombies show up and come in here. So I have a bunch of guys. I use name tags to label some of them. I have some names up on the wall. I was having some issues like why I don't have pants. I think I like having fire protection, but I didn't realize I had this guy because I didn't have him even labeled. It's only Fire Pro 1. And then thorns, I have some old villagers back near spawn. I think one of them's locked now, and yeah, so I think I got a couple more guys who trade thorns, but because it's just thorns 1, I don't have any of them labeled. So I don't think I'm going to include thorns anyway. I just want fire protection. Oh yeah, so just protection 3. So if I want to add fire protection, I need to just buy fresh pants with basically nothing on them, or just make them fresh, and then find all the other books. I also don't have a sharpness trade with anyone. Again, I think one of my old villagers back near spawn had it, but he might be locked out at this point. So I want to get rid of the sword and just use an axe with sharpness on it, so to free up a hotbar slot, or at least to make it more useful. I just can't get. It's not there yet with the villagers. I need to put a little more time into, grabbing some more and getting the book trades I need. So I drop by here, my old double witch up perimeter during the time lapse from my netherwart farm, just over that way. And I do have the temporary storage completely full of charged creepers. So that's a decent number of mob heads I can get out of that. But there's something wrong with the general mobs, like the system that let them out. Oh. Yeah, and it let a whole bunch of them out at once, and then a creeper blew up. And since this was all basically designed and built in survival, all the logic is a mess. So we need to go back and figure out exactly how everything worked, or redo it entirely in order to make the system work again. Because I just have several mob caps worth of charge creepers hanging out, waiting for me to fix the logic to get this going again. I have a few. I have more for like decoration in other places in the world that I sent back to the main storage, but it's it gets a little annoying. I got a whole bunch of charge creepers. I can't do anything with them right now because the system's broke. I still like my clouds. I think that's the best part of this nether area is the clouds. So it's been a while since I've uploaded videos. There's a few months there where I barely even played Minecraft. I had a few things in real life going on, looking for a better job, switched between a couple of jobs, ended up somewhere steady, looks good. Took my first proper vacation that I can really remember, and I'm going down to Mexico with a friend. Saw some of the ruins down in Chichen Itza, the Tulum. Spent some time out in Playa del Carmen. It was nice, relaxing. I don't remember the last time I've done something like that. I was also there back in May around the time of the full lunar eclipse. Oh yeah, we had a couple lizard friends hanging out. But yeah, we were there around the time of the eclipse. I didn't bring a camera mount, so I couldn't get good photos because you need longer exposure shots for the dark pictures. So it looks rough. But I did bring a little 80mm refractor, and it was really good to see. It was really cool to watch through that. If you ever get a chance, go check it out. I also took a little break from games that are challenging like Minecraft to go play something a little easier, and to go check out some other things. I mean, you can just walk right by the guy shooting arrows at you. Go try to do that with a skeleton. Let me know how easy that is. There's no creepers you have to worry about blowing you up. It's nice, relaxed, chill. Just swat these dudes away with your bare hand and then mess them up. So yeah, I had some fun messing around with some other games as well. In addition to the general real life stuff going on, but I'm back to playing Minecraft more regularly, and that's all I ever intend this channel to be. So don't worry, I'm not gonna try to make this some general gaming channel or anything like that. I'm just gonna stay with Minecraft, some odd contraptions or things I'm working on in my little world. I think I finally got the video settings basically worked out. I think the audio I messed up in at least one section of this video, but at least I have good resolution for most of the videos. Some of it was just like settings like increased bitrate in the replay mod, but there's still some issues with anything dark. Still looks terrible on YouTube at least. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to do about that, but at least I got it mostly working. Also, like something I'm not sure about is there are a lot of like let's plays and other stuff on YouTube. I think the Minecraft content is generally a bit oversaturated, so I don't really want to do too much unless I seem to be adding some sort of unique value, like something at least a little bit different than what other people are doing or than what I've seen. So I don't know, I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do with this, but I figure I'll keep messing around, trying some things out, and see how it goes. And yeah, should have a few tutorials upcoming about just some simple machines, and hopefully before too long have some good updates on some of the larger projects I'm working on. So until then, y'all take care. Cheers.